Let me show you guys some powerful gun control ads from Moms Demand Action and also Mayors Against Illegal Guns. That's Bloomberg's group where he basically started throwing some money at the problem to counter the NRA from running roughshod over the whole debate and fully controlling policy in the U.S. So first we have this one, which is scheduled to air for the first time on the anniversary of the Newtown shooting on December 14th.
On December 14th, we'll have a moment of silence for Newtown. But with 26 more school shootings since that day, ask yourself, is silence what America needs right now?
So for everyone listening on the radio, it shows a school and some people doing a moment of silence for Newtown on the anniversary. And then as that's happening, it appears as if another mass shooting is going to happen because somebody's walking into a school holding a bag that looks like it has a gun in it. It's a controversial ad, man. It certainly is a controversial ad. But look, I have to say I am overwhelmingly on the side of yes, they should run it. Yes, people should watch it. Because you know what? As controversial as this ad is, you know what would be more controversial and what would cause more pain? When the next school shooting happens. So to actually get a taste of reality, to see what goes on in the world. So for example, another thing that you can parallel to this, during the highest point of the Iraq War, the middle of the Iraq War, when the surge was going on, and, you know, people were coming back in coffins left and right, our soldiers, not to mention the civilians that were dying over there, it used to be that they would show on camera the coffins coming off the plane when they come back. Now, the Bush administration didn't want to show that anymore. They stopped showing it. So what happens? People get disconnected from the war, and they're more like, whatever, I don't know. If there's a war going on, there's a war going on. I don't really care. It doesn't really affect me one way or the other for the majority of Americans, right? But when you had to see the coffins come off of the plane on a daily basis, you know what that does to a human being? It puts you in a more intimate setting and a more emotional setting with the reality of what's going on in the war, and it puts things in perspective because you see what's actually going on. So I'm in favor of that. I'm in favor of this. So however many people get outraged, save your outrage. Channel that outrage towards something that matters. Like, for example, getting a universal background check passed so we can stop psychopaths and alleged terrorists from getting their hands on guns. 91% of people are in favor of that, but we still haven't gotten it through our dumbass Congress and our corrupt Congress. Okay? And we should probably take some other legislative action as well. Now, here's another ad. This is a classic. This came out a while ago. The ad is called Ed.
Excuse me. Hey! Hey!
So if you want to just add those in, we can send them all over.
Ed!
Sure.
Ed! So in that ad, for everybody on the radio, a guy goes in to do a workplace shooting, and he has a musket, like they had back during the Founding Fathers days. And he walks up, he misses from point blank range, and then it takes him 20 minutes to reload the goddamn thing. And on the screen it says, our gun laws, guns have changed, shouldn't our gun laws? To which I respond, yes, that is an inarguable point. That is 100% correct. And anytime any conservative it's such a tired argument. No, we have a right to whatever we want to give them. People have a right to whatever firearm ever. Really? So you can get a rocket launcher or a grenade launcher or a Scud missile or chemical weapons or biological weapons or nuclear weapons or a tank or an F-22. You can have all those, right? You have a constitutional right to all those. Please, man, please. Not only do you not have a right to those, you don't have a right to machine guns, assault weapons, semi-automatic weapons, nothing. You don't have a right to any of those things. If we're taking it literal, we're taking the Founding Fathers literally, you have a right to a frickin' musket. And by the way, there was even a better argument for that back then to actually, everybody should have a firearm back then because you had to deal with Indians and the British and bears. It's not really a concern today, okay? But even Antonin Scalia, arguably the most conservative justice in American history, has come out and said, well, yes, of course, if they want to do background checks, they could legally do that. If they want to ban assault weapons or they want to ban whatever weapons they want, of course they could do that because these weapons didn't exist back during the time of Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin and the rest of them. Let's get real.